Hello there Hollows and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about the game Lies of P, which released yesterday, as of me making this video, on Xbox, PlayStation 5 and PC, I think PC, I'm not certain. Anyway, apologies if I sound a bit congested, it's allergy season again in the UK and, you know, So then, first of all, this game shares immediate similarities with Bloodborne. The visual aesthetic and everything about the world you're in screams Bloodborne, that Victorian London aesthetic, especially the opening stage of the game is just so reminiscent of Central Yarnum. It's just insane. Honestly, I was just thinking, like, am I playing Bloodborne here? It really feels like it. And I'd say this is the game, in my opinion, which has copied the Souls formula the most and also the best. The stamina management system in this game is so spot on. The game feel, the way in which you move your character, you hold the B or circle button to sprint, which is definitely like Souls, and just the way in which you move your character, move through the environment, the combat pacing and everything is just so akin to Souls. And if you are someone who loves the original Dark Souls trilogy, the second you get your hands on this game, you are going to immediately feel at home. Because the game feel is fantastic in this game. It's not like the original Lords of the Fallen or The Surge or Mortal Shell or those kind of games where you move your character around and something just feels off. In this game, the feel is fantastic. It feels like Dark Souls, which is one of the things that I love the absolute most. And it's why, in my opinion, this is the kind of game where you might look at the gameplay and think, it looks good, but it probably doesn't have that same feel. This game is the absolute closest I have ever played to that Dark Souls feel, where it just completely captures it in so many ways. Even the menus and just everything, the characters and just everything about the world and the story in which they're telling, it feels just like a From Software game. It literally does, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And when you go to this game's Firelink Shrine equivalent and you talk to the characters, I just got this feeling like it feels like a From Software game. The way they're talking, the way they're saying things, it doesn't feel like a B-movie attempt at a Dark Souls game or some indie developer is trying their hand at it. No, it feels like this game has been made with love and care and attention to detail, and they've built a world which really can tell a fantastic story in it. And I absolutely love that. And the boss fights as well feel paced fantastically. There's none of the bosses where they feel like, I'm thinking like, that attack, it doesn't feel right, it feels a bit overpowered or something like this, or they're moving too fast, I didn't have a good time to read that attack. But no, every single boss that I fought so far feels completely fair, even though they are very difficult. Difficult, I'd say this game is easier so far anyway. It's easier than some other Souls games, definitely easier than Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, but it's still difficult, it still has that level of difficulty that we like. Looking on the Xbox store, this game only has 3 stars, despite the fact that all the reviews I've seen by Souls fans and everything are saying this is definitely the best Souls-like game that's come out so far. The game only has 3 stars because people keep review bombing it, essentially, because it's difficult. Or people are just constantly going on there and giving it 1 star, saying, it's too hard, and therefore the game's got 3 stars, which is completely stupid and unfair, because these are people that clearly haven't played the game enough to get a true understanding of the mechanics, or they're people that they didn't look into the game properly. When you go on Wikipedia, this game literally says Lies of P is a Souls-like game. It's right there straight away. It's the genre of this game now. I made a video a few months ago saying that no game has tried to properly copy Dark Souls. No game has gone to properly just one-for-one copy it. This is the game that's done it the closest, in my opinion. It is just so close to that Bloodborne and Dark Souls feel. They've taken it and they've clearly, it's so close, just even the movement of your character and everything is just so close to Dark Souls. It's fantastic. But then the world and the story and the bosses and the aesthetic is very much its own thing. Even though it's definitely got massive influence from Bloodborne in the aesthetic, it's still its own thing. It's got its own story, its own characters and everything, even its own decision system where you can choose to tell the truth or lie in a lot of times. A lot of decision parts which affect the outcome of the game. Those kind of things are really cool. This game is really doing its own thing while still being very true to the Dark Souls formula. And honestly, about 7-8 hours into the game right now. I'm only showing early game, only footage for this video, so as not to spoil it for people, but this game, absolutely, in my opinion, I think we should absolutely support this game. Out of all the games I've ever reviewed on this channel, this is the number one I think we should go and support this game. People bought Lords of the Fallen when it came out because it was the first Souls copy. And now the market's flooded with them. There's loads of games that come out all the time, which are just, you know, they're okay, they get some things right, but they get a lot of things wrong. This game absolutely needs our support. 100%. This is the best Souls-like that has come out, hands down. Everything is fantastic about it that I've played. I absolutely love this game. I would go as far as to say I probably like this game more than Armored Core 6, and I've really liked Armored Core 6. And the fact that I can say that this game, in my opinion, has beaten a From Software game as Game of the Year for me, that's massive, honestly. And this game absolutely needs your support. It's fantastic. It's got an amazing world. The feel, as well, is very Dark Souls. I cannot recommend this game more. I'm going to do a full review once I've beaten the game properly, probably beaten it a couple of times, and I'm going to give it my full thoughts then. But until then, definitely go and check out this game, guys. It's a fantastic game. It's truly worthy of your money, or if you're on Xbox, it's on Xbox Game Pass for free. So I definitely go and recommend it. It's definitely worth it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed it, if it was good enough. Thank you again for watching. This is Soul signing out. Have a good one.